Okay, so I'm going to get started here. I'll just be doing a few repairs. Let's have a look at this board, which I have no idea how it has video on the screen. Let me see here. Somehow this is displaying an image on the screen. I have no idea how. I mean, there's like nothing there. So this one actually had a no power issue, a battery not detected issue. That's fixed, but we still have to address that because I cannot send that back that way. That looks absolutely horrible. So I'm going to do the best I can to keep you guys with an image of what I'm doing. It's going to be kind of difficult, but I am going to try my very best. And hopefully we get more people in here because there's only like 2 people watching. So let me try and surprisingly this water damage marker is actually white when it had liquid all in that area. Hey Chris. 1st, 3rd, 90th. You fixed one just like this. It's a MacBook Air. There's a ton of them. Okay. You're the only person watching this right now. Yeah, I know I need to get a different microscope. I like the field of view on this one, and that's why I'm keeping it. But I need to get a real camera. We're probably going to have to run jumpers. But yeah, soon I will get a new one. I was going to get the, I don't know what I was going to get. Hopefully, the pads that we're still going to be able to use, these pads that are here, but I honestly don't know. Let's see. Flux in there. 165 is not hot enough. 430. I want to get plenty of heat to try and save these pads, because I do not want to lift them. I think those pads will be alright. Yeah, the pads stuck okay. Maybe. That'd be bad. I will adjust my microscope so you guys can see. You can kind of see they're a little bit corroded. We'll see once we get the iron on it. We might be able to save those. I don't want to run wires, but looks like I might have to. We shall see. Flip the microscope. Okay. Let me see. Flip. Transform. Rotate. 180 degrees. There you go. That's perfect. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Now let's see what we can do. These pads are fine. Just gotta scrape a little bit, that's all. More flux. Those pads are just fine. Another real challenge, will they stay after we wick? Let me trim the wick down just so it'll be a little more cleaner. Only 2 watching, that's pretty rare. Usually we have like 11. I don't know, maybe it's the time of day. Friday, time of day, no one wants to watch board repair. I don't know. Some leaded remnants right here. I want to get rid of that. The leaded makes it hard to wick. Leaded is not a good material to work with. It's been slow for me, just so maybe everyone out killing people in celebration for Friday the 13th. Probably. It's been slow this week for me. It's been crazy for the past like few weeks, and then this week has been rather slow. That's why it's doing that. I need to turn my iron up. It's only at 7:30. That is better. I don't know if I've used this Tech Spray wick. I like MG Super Wick a little bit better. This doesn't seem the same. The MG just likes to suck up the solder really nicely and really quickly, when the Tech Spray just doesn't do the same thing. Like actually going to switch to my MG. The MG just like, I don't know if it's the flux they put in it, but it just is super absorbent and it just sucks up the solder so nice and quick. But the MG that I have right now is like a huge braid. It just does so nice of a job. I'm going to put a little alcohol down. Like your stick. Are these pads okay? Maybe. Just for backlight, we could see. They look a little nasty. I think we could save them though. Oh no, missed. I did not put something that I needed to. Yeah, I'm gonna use a check spray for that because it's a smaller area. There we go. Now it's time for put new solder on those pads. First I wanna, let me see. I'm gonna get my tweezers and make sure you guys can still see everything in frame. I wanna, these pads, you guys can't really see it well, but I wanna scrape a little bit. I think they're okay. One looks a little, let me see, my meter diode mode. Maybe it's for backlight. Yeah, they both have continuity, so. They are good. Looks fun what I'm doing. I guess you could say it's fun. Connector. Actually, I want to, let me see, something that requires more wicking. I'm kind of working slow today. I'm kind of tired. That is good. I'll get a nice new LVDS connector. And now the fun part, aligning these. This connector is not bad connector to solder at all. The LVDS is one of the easiest in my opinion. It's all on preference and your skill set, but it's not hard. Is the vibration of the hard drive? No, that's the fume extractor. The ThinkPad I'm streaming on is as a solid state, of course. It's just the fume extractor. It's probably vibrating the table, and that's vibrating the microphone. It could actually be coil whine from the computer too. So what I like to do with these connectors is line a little bit of flux. The first um, part I usually, let me refocus that because you guys probably can't see it. I only put flux on the posts first because um, I don't want to put flux around it all, the whole thing, because it's going to move it. So what I'm going to do is kind of hold it down and just put a little bit of flux where the post is. And once we get one post down, we're set. Because that connector won't move, and then it'll make it easier. I do not solder the post at the end first. I solder the ground, like near the legs of the connector. And what I'll do is I'll get my iron and I'll place it on the pad near it and heat the pad. But try not to touch it, the post yet. I removed it, of course. It's like semi-soldered. That's fine. So now that's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to move. We can get the second post, which will be easier because the connector is not going to run away on us now. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just tacking it down right now. It's going to make it easier on me, and I need to raise my temperature. So now that they're like tack soldered, more flux. Around everything. I'd like to use a lot of flux on these. Yeah, I probably will get into Microscope soon. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed this, but since I've been doing this and looking through the scope all day, my vision hasn't been what it used to be. I don't know if it's just like tired eye or what's going on. Eat more carrots and oranges, yeah. Oh, come on, this does not need to get stuck to the board. I'm done with that. I've had an 888D. Let's go to 840. Yeah, I've been taking more days off recently than I have been. Could be completely unrelated to. Switch to the 20x lenses. I can't see. Where are my 20x lenses? Yeah, no. Here they are. Yeah, I don't want a bigger tip right now. I just got this on. I need it. Hang on 1 second. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Okay, I switched to my 20x lenses so I could see somewhere. Yeah, maybe I will get a new microscope. Come on, eat up, beep. Poor Mac, yes, this is an issue with the LCD connector. It just looked terrible, so I wanted to change it. Completely unrelated issue that it came in for. Like, Lewis and some of those people, they'll just drag their iron across all the pins. I never do that. It always just bridges with me. So what I do is I go on like each individual pin, like. No, this isn't a T30i, it's a T15J02. I need to order a new one and a bunch more tips. I just got this iron not too long ago. I don't like soldering at 840 because of this, the tip won't accept solder that well at 840 or when it's that hot. I gotta turn it down. It's not taking solder. 800, let's try 800. When do we make it? It goes. Sometimes they could take a little while to cool down. If that's the case, just touch it on the ground plane. It'll cool down right away. A little more flux. I always use a ton of flux, especially with the LVDS connectors. It makes it so easy. Yep, even LVDS. 81278. Guess what the problem is? Probably quarter fan spin, as usual. Quarter fan spin. Quarter fan spin will start if you hold the button down. Will not charge. Common issue. ISL. Yeah, I had to turn it down because wasn't accepting solder. Oh, yeah, that's another common issue. I don't even deal with those. You know, it's general repair. For both our backlights, we are going to bridge them. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, you work so slow." Well, no, I'm just taking my time. I don't need to rush. No. Make sure you do it right, not just quick. Quickness doesn't matter. It's whether you do it right that matters. And we raise the temp again. Whatever. What's up with this thing? What am I doing wrong? Why is my iron not setting the temperature? I think my iron just screwed up on me. Why won't it set temperature? Usually you hit the number and then it'll set the temp, but you hit star again and it's just like cycling. It's not going through, it's not setting the temperature. And it's stuck on 460. It's acting like the key isn't inserted. Let's reinsert the key. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? You guys gotta see this. This is ridiculous. So, normally, right, you set the temperature, you hit the star, right, and after you get to the 8, it sets it. It's not setting it. It's just... There we go. Oh, I know why. It was not, 1 second. Okay, so the max temperature is 850. It won't let you go above that. So it was just me being stupid, not the iron. So there we go. It's back. Just me being stupid. That's all. It's good enough. It's done. It's all soldered, and it is. Like this one. Okay, this one's done. This will get ultrasonic in a minute. On to the next one. So actually, this is what I don't know what to do this, and I'll just put it over here. Ultrasonic is still heating up. And on to the next board. This board is an interesting character. This is a 2013 Retina. This one does not power on. It does not get AC in voltage. It does not work. I got it working for a short amount of time, replaced the ISL, and it died again. And it was killing DCM boards, so DCM board after running for like 5 minutes will short to ground and blow up. So that is not good. So basically what I'm going to do, I think something is messing up the ISL, and I think the ISL is screwing up the DCM board. So really common issue on these is these power MOSFETs for PP bus G3 hot will screw up, and they will screw the ISL up, and the ISL is going to screw the DCM board up. So let's go back to Microscope. So these power FETs right here, one of them was a little funny looking. Where are they? See that discoloration? Well, I scraped at it. What, it looks like it got hot at one time, and that means it may be dead. So these are going to go. This FET over here, where is it? Right there. That's got to go. In addition, there's going to be a diode and a couple things other that we're going to replace. We're just going to rebuild the circuit. Because instead of trying to diagnose every little thing, oh, this could be causing it, but we're just going to, this board is not liquid damage, so we're just going to rebuild this entire circuit. There's no point in going through every little tiny thing and diagnosing it. It's just stupid. So, let's begin. Yeah, the hot swapping tips, that does help. So these are big FETs, so I'm going to raise the temp to 460. That's hot. No, the FETs off of one of your donor boards is going on, Brendan. I have those ST FETs, but it's a big chip, so I'm just going to preheat. I don't want to melt that coil, it's in a really bad spot. Oh man, I just broke my tweezers. Come on. There's one. And we messed up a little cap. So we shall move it back into its factory design location. That one came out real easy. I have no idea where it went. Where did that go? Oh, it went over there. Okay, that's fine. Hmm. 730. Should be fine though. These ground pads, these ground planes on these can be a real pain, but not really, not at all. Wow. Not with this iron anyway. With my old one, it would be like crazy. creating an alloy just really helps. I'll change the view right now because I know you guys probably can't see. Sorry about that. Let's get our big wick. MG Chemicals wick, and we will clean this area out. We shall wick. We need to always wick. Sorry if I'm losing the view. I gotta do this. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna put fresh solder. I just want to clean as much as this old stuff I can off. And that looks good to me. Now we shall solder more. Fresh solder. I think that's it. Add some flux. Brendan, you cannot get solder to my old one. I couldn't either. My old iron, it was a real pain. But this new iron is just excellent. Let's see. Just a little bit on the center head. We don't want to overdo it. And let's see, 2-0 looks close enough. Looks close enough. Does not have to be exact. As long as it's close, it will work. Whoa. Not a good idea to set a heavy board on my keyboard. This is a donor, so I don't care about what's around it. Just preheating the board before I move in on it. That's our first new fat. Our second new fat. Right there. Hot. Got our new motherboard. And then we shall place proper MOSFET. Let's see. we shall lower air because it will blow it away. Let's see. It's good to me. Let's get our second. Ah! Tweezers are hot and I just burned myself. Hate when I did that. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming much longer. I'm kind of tired. Those beds look good. Okay, what's next? No, I've had those irons. Flux isn't going to do it. It's just the thermal mass, the thermal recovery of those irons is just bad. I've had them, you know. Hey, Paul. Where are my Hakko tweezers? I'm constantly losing those things, and I use them so often. wish I had the send money button. I do not, but I have the Streamlabs link now in the description. Need 1,000 subscribers to that, but I did add that in the description. Okay. This is near a connector, so I'm not going to use hot air because I'll melt it. For some reason the pad will not accept solder. It means we must scrape. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. There we go. Looks ugly, but it'll work. What's next on the list? Okay. So, let me go to the schematic. 33, 32. Let's see. 320, 33, 32. Where are you? What does this thing do? No, it's Thunderbolt. I don't care about that. So, replace that. We need to now, so nothing really much in that area that's gonna cause anything. Where does adapter sense go? It's gonna go to U6900. I want to replace U6900, that is for sure. Let's see, and then U6901 too. So that's gonna be over near this little. Okay, it's right there. Hopefully my donor has that. It should be the same. It's the logic gate or something. I don't know exactly what it does. Yes, it has it. Okay. So next on the list for replacement is U6901. That's the next thing in the circuit that is important. So let's steal it. Well, let's. In addition, U6900, U60, I think that's right here. U6901 can actually screw U6900 up. So we need to change both of those. So it's just easier just to go through this entire circuit, rebuild it. That's what I'm doing. We're just working our way down the line. Why not? Hey, I found my Hakko Tweezers magically. U6901. Make sure I have, okay, I have them both, so I'll go ahead and take off U6900, U6901 as well. Come on. There you go. Now we will prepare the area. I don't even feel like wicking right now. I'm too tired to wick. Okay. We are done. Now we need U6901, U6900. Those joints look really yucky, so we're going to flux. Reflow. Good to me. So on this next chip, U6901, I actually am going to look at it under the microscope on the donor because I cannot see it and I don't want to lose it. Next on the list is the ISL after this, which is easy. Okay, so flux down. There we go. Next on the list is my favorite chip, and hey, we have some clues here. No, we don't. I don't want to really add more leaded any solder on this. I'm just gonna use a ton of flux when taking it off, just so I preserve those joints. I want to make sure the chip is nice and hot when I lift it. So always preheat. Got Flux might be nice and liquidy. That was really quick. This station is awesome. And I'm gonna have to add lead solder. Oh well. Just a little bit. Just gonna add a little bit of solder. ISL 6259. Oh man, I only have one left. I have some more in donors, but I need to order those. Again, I run out like every week. Careful, with my hot air I could set the temp, but it's coming out 500 until the thermocouple catches up, then cools down. Okay. I'm at 403 right now. I use the biggest nozzle it comes with because the smaller nozzle will blow stuff away. One thing I always do the first time I always come back down and push it down once again once I clean up the excess, just to flow it into place again. And just to make sure it is flush on the board. Exactly what I just did. So a little bit more stuff on. I have so many dead ISLs here. I mean, it's like they all collect in one area. So, like, look at this. These are like how many of these intercell chips I go through. It's crazy. It's like, look at this. just like a whole pile of them just from like recent, like crazy. There's more probably too. Dropped frame 0 this whole time. That's on time 1. That's close enough to me. For me. Yep, it's soldered. Okay, next on the list is going to be the set of board. There was some form of a diode. But I forgot what it does or where it is. There we go. Q6910 I want to replace. So Q6910 is going to be near these caps. Whoa, that's different. It's way off. Q6980 and Q6910 needs to go. Okay. I'm just going through and I'm replacing every possibility of what could be bad. You never know. Something is wrong and I don't know what, so just go through and rebuild the circuit. Why not? Time for a nap. I'm falling asleep. Yeah, I'm falling asleep too. I cannot grip it. This is not a chip you want to push down. Wait, can you guys even see what I'm doing? No, you guys can't. Okay. Wait a sec. So, we're working in this area. I definitely don't want to wick right now, so. Sorry about this. I gotta turn the boards. Because I want to take No, actually I'll keep it this way. But I want to keep the correct orientation. This one. Okay, set the air to 43. You're going to preheat, and hopefully this chip is going to fall into place. Hopefully. Let's reflow it again. I don't know, if I had a dime for every time I got burned today, that would be funny. Now this other MOSFET right here is Q6910. Let's look in the schematic what that is. Q6910. Come on, right click. And then I have another board that's similar. Is a 00138. Is a 00138. Of course. I have a similar board. Looks close enough. I'll look at this FET compared to this one and see. In this case, I do want the smaller nozzle. It's too close to plastic to me. Too close for my comfort. circuit looks close enough. Yeah, it's the same MOSFET. It is the same MOSFET. Pull it off. Come on. What's that fit for? PPDC and ISO, DC and ISO gate are PPDC and G3 hot. Does something important, and it could be why we're getting screwed up. going on, Paul? There's one more thing that I wanted to check and replace. And I am tired. I don't want to go to sleep. But I'm not going to. I forgot the component number. D6910. D6910 file. Storage. D6910. DCN ISO grade. It's going to go to Q6910. So that's like right here. Let's see it. Man, that is just really bad soldering on Apple's part. And it's still intact because it has underfill. This diode is so small. We shall soften. Okay, now I need to figure out how I'm going to do this because that diode is super small. Let me remove it on the other board first. Actually, let's measure it. Why not measure it? Why not measure it before we replace? So, old board. We're going to measure both directions in diode 1, of course. Is no, that was close enough to the original reading on this board. So shall we see? Will this go on fire or will this work? Who wants to take a bet? On fire or work? On fire or work? Maybe both. Maybe it'll work and then go on fire. That was a big spark. But that was from my charger. And